you're a voter in Ohio, you may already know what the Nation's cover story last week revealed. It was called Romney's Bailout Bonanza, that Mitt Romney and his wife made at least $15 million on the very auto industry rescue program that he condemned. And a group of labor unions, the UAW, SEIU, and good government groups brought an action this past week asking the Federal Government and Ethics Office to look into Romney's disclosures. I think Americans have a full right to know the conflict of interests Mitt Romney and his wife had, as well as the $4 million that Mitt Romney's Wall Street donors, people like Paul Singer, best known as the vulture capitalist of America, made from the auto industry rescue.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a funny conflict of interest there insofar as he's opposing it and profiting off it.
I mean, maybe that's a measure of his entire candidacy he opposes. But
Mitt Romney, of course, will say about this that it's in a blind trust. That blind trust, as I always point out, and I never fail to point out, is run by essentially his family's attorney, which does not meet the threshold for actual blind trust in any place where they're actually stipulated by law. Bob Herbert.
This past week, we found out that the Congressional Research Service, a nonpartisan, highly respected operation, withdrawn a report that it did that showed that there was no correlation between top tax rates and economic growth. Why did they withdraw it? Because of pressure from Senate Republicans. That's the raison d'etre of the Senate, of the Republican Party. Get rid of lower top tax rates, and you'll see jobs created, job growth. This report said no, but now that report has been withdrawn.
It's amazing. I've talked about this issue with people, even like conservative economists, and the data just doesn't back it up. At a certain point, it does, right? If you have a really high top marginal tax rate and you cut it a ton, you'll see some growth happen. But as a general correlation across industries, across places in the world, across states, you just don't see it bear out. And I was joking that the Congressional Research Service, climate scientists, and Nate Silver they're the evil triad of enemies of the people bringing their book learning. I want to thank my guests today, Josh Barrow from Bloomberg View, MSNBC contributor Joy Reid, Katrina vanden Heuvel from The Nation magazine, and Bob Herbert from the Demos think tank. Thank you all.
Great to be here.